Right.
We are here to talk about our life as a labor, our life as an opportunity, our life as a slavery, our life as a expansion, our life as a gift, our life as a curse. We're talking about life. Every time we talk about life. Why? Because that's the only important thing in our life is our life, nobody else's life. The value cannot be overestimated. No matter how much we criticize our way of doing things, looking back at the results, today we're going to look into it from a different perspective, because everything we've done is the cause for the consequence is right now. And if you don't like something, it's not the reason to judge anything or feel bad about anything. It's an opportunity to step up, the next step, the next step, the next step. And we are lucky because we are living at the time where things are possible. Remember 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the opportunities were little. If you were born a carpenter, you'll be a carpenter. You're born a teacher, you'll be a teacher. Now you can change the whole perspective of your family, of your genetics. You can change your face, not expensive. You can change the
Yeah,
things you
yeah.
live. You can change biology, geography, history is being changed in front of our eyes. And what do we have to say about it?
Yes, and it happens like very, very fast in this time. And it doesn't matter where you live, how old you are. If you stay with us and you will be really open-minded, what we're going to be talking about today, sharing about with you, tomorrow is going to be different, 100%, because we live in incredible time. Just Svetlana describe it, and I will share my screen over here with our, okay, our poster. Yeah, and let's just dive in over here and see. It's very amazing. You have a horse, whole rat. You have our like kind of
Matisse style.
yes, yes. You have a passenger is driving somewhere. And of course, we really need to remember and understand everything that's going on in your life, you're responsible. It sometimes it's not very nice to hear it, but the key to success is just in reflection of your mirror. And let's just go
So,
like deeper.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we live in the triangles. Triangles is a very stable geometry. There's always a trinity. In religion, it's the Holy Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. In our family, it's the mother, father, child. In within ourselves is the child, adult, and a parent. And also in relationships, we have a Cartman triangle, which is the victim, the savior, and the tyrant. What's interesting is that we are all three of them. The Trinity is a geometry that holds you in a certain position in relationship to your life. So the only choice that you have, we have many choices, but the only true choice that you have is to choose out of this triangle, who are you going to be? Are you going to be a victim? Are you going to save everybody at your cost? And what it cost you to save everybody? And then are you going to be a tyrant? Because out of all three of these positions, you will have the leak of energy. When you don't have an energy, you cannot drive your carriage. And in previous generations, this is how it looked. And before the wheel was invented, which is we have the wheel of our life. And if it's unbalanced, some areas of our life is more expanded, some are more contracted, some are not developed, some are overdeveloped. We put too much attention here, too little attention here. The wheel becomes a square and you go through the road of your life. But before the wheel was invented, people were carrying the important people in their carriages. Then the horses were carrying. Now we have an age. So this drawing for you to contemplate, who are you in relationship to that vehicle, which is your body, who's driving your body, why are you going the way you're going, the speed with which you're going, and who is directing. Because here we have the driver, the coachman, who is moving your carriage in a certain direction. We also have a passenger, but we also have a carriage. And there is a horse. And if you don't have one of the elements developed, one of the elements moving for you, you're going to get stuck. You either won't have the power or the agent or the horse, or you would not know, you don't have GPS, you don't have navigation, you don't have your phone, you don't have Google Maps, or you lost yourself. So the thing is moving, but you're not there. You're kind of like out of your life and somebody else is in your car. And the wheel goes. So if you recognize yourself in this picture, think about what's missing. Not in a way, oh my God, my life is ruined. That's how many people come to consultations. Oh my God, nothing I can do about it. That's the victim state. Not with, you did it to me, it's all because of you, my relationship is ruined. But from the position, what can I do? And again, not as a savior to everybody, but as a savior to yourself. How can I save the situation, or better yet, how can I structure the situation in a way that all parts of my carriage is moving? So let's look into every detail of this drawing, because I think you have a lot to say about it based on the sessions and coaching that you've provided to people.
Yeah. For a while, I've been doing coaching and like sessions. Yeah. And of course, we start with this poster with our clients because we used to use like the kind of posters traditional way from traditional businesses. But when we show this kind of poster with a horse and a passenger person, coachman, for most of people, they don't really understand. As Sauli just wrote here, "Я не понимаю." Right, Sauli? Yeah, we really don't understand. We really don't understand why, Vasily, you're showing me this kind of poster. And of course, when we have this association, yeah, when we have this host here, and really understand this is our thoughts and emotions. They are like pulling us through the life. And of course, if you can manage to navigate them, it's going to be much, much easier for you in order to achieve your goals, to really to understand yourself. For me, it was also something unusual to see 6 years ago, because the first touch was 6 years ago when I saw this information, and I really was like really impressed how we can describe our thoughts and emotions using the horse. Of course, we can use the red one. And as we understand, color red really can show us. And going through all these kind of details on this poster with the business owners who can like manage 100,000 people, and you can show them, for them, these little details can show where I need to start working on. And of course, we can start from the top to the bottom. And we have the structure of our mind that like we have like subtle intellect, memory, ego, pleasure, and our emotion and thoughts. And using all this combination inside of our mind, this is as a power tool that we can use it. But everything is related to our date of birth. And really, I really even couldn't think about this at the beginning, that every thought that we get, like every second and during the day, we have around 60,000 of them, not six, not thousand, 60,000 of them. We really can divide them. Really, I want to hear it or I don't want to hear it. Is it pleasant or unpleasant? Is it comfortable or not comfortable? And if it's comfortable for me, of course, I will start acting in particular way. But if it's not comfortable, of course, I start fighting. And just looking at this picture, we can see if you can manage your horse through your thoughts, horse, I would say like this, yeah? It can help you to avoid this kind of emotional stages as a grief, depression, anger, fear. And of course, working with this kind of emotional part, it really can change our results because all our results we have because we did some actions. Actions we started because we had this kind of emotions, and emotions we we had at the beginning because we had something at the thoughts. And this is a simple formula. And here we're talking about the first part, thoughts, because everything is related to our thoughts. And it's incredible. You can really understand your date of birth, how it's connected to the type of your thoughts and how they can bring you towards your results, or they can push away from your results.
Absolutely. And everybody has their own type of thinking that is unchangeable. This is that happens automatically. And your body reacts to every thought you experience, and it reacts on a physical level. So sometimes you feel a reaction to the thought that you didn't register because the thoughts are running, they're floating, and the reactions are floating. And all of a sudden, that feeling of uncomfortable that Vasili was describing, it's a result, but we look at it as the cause. I don't want to do it because of this. No, you're already doing something. You're experiencing something, but you didn't register all of that. And what you're doing is thinking. And very often we replace the action with the thinking. I have an example. Back in the day, I used to do spiritual journeys, and I've organized journeys to Peru, meeting with shamans, exploring other people rituals, and learning the connection with the elements and nature. So I did 2 journeys with big groups, and the third journey, I went into meditation to see, to have a vision of how I wanted the trip to be organized. And I went into such a deep meditation that I lived through the trip. An hour later, I called everybody and I said, I'm not going because I've already been there and I've already gotten what I want. And the rest of the people needed another 5 journeys to get it. But I've been already there and I already connected to the land. And I just didn't, and I saw such a big gap between what I need from the trip and what the people need that I sent it to send the group with somebody else because I've already went through the step and I lived through my body, and I've experienced even the going through the channels and light and dark and who knows what else, just because my mind gave me these pictures. And I have a very active mind. I'm an artist. I express my thoughts through the writings and paintings because this is the life that we ignore. That life is happening all the time. We only see some results of this life. And we constantly are in action, which is thinking. We do not analyze the action. We analyze the consequence of the action. But if we didn't do the action and we analyze the consequences, that's where the mind is the red horse. Because we see the danger in things we didn't do. But we don't know if it's dangerous or not. We don't know if we were going to get, so we're fearful of what's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to be safe or unsafe for us. But we go into that fear and then we get upset. We get depressed and upset about things that didn't happen because we didn't act. So action or inaction, it doesn't really matter. Our body always reacts. And we are many cells organisms. The mind takes 90% of the energy to support itself. So when your thoughts, unuseful thoughts of based on fear of what might or might not happen, when they take up all the energy, only 10% left to support your life. The life, as you know it, this carriage is no longer available. This passenger is not alive. It's 10% of life in there, 10% of the battery. Can you imagine how your phone will work? And so in these many cells and many thousands of souls, we have one cell structure, right? All those cells are in symbiotic relationship, just like the mind and the body and our emotions and our thoughts and our unconscious thoughts, all of that is in symbiotic relationship. That's why we're showing you these pictures in detail, so you can see which detail is giving you the most trouble. So one cell organism in our body, just like one cell organism in the nature, they are going for one thing, pleasure. Our goal is to survive and to experience pleasure, not just survive. If we're constantly surviving at that level, we don't enjoy life, we don't have enough courage to move to the next level. The survival energy drops all the time. It's depression, I don't care for that kind of life. I don't want to live. What's the point? It's the grieving of your own opportunity and potential to live. So one cell organism always going to the sweet. If you put it in a laboratory experience and there is sweet and there is salty, for example, they will always move toward the sweet and they will run away from salty. And we, as the whole body, as the mind and spirit, we do exactly the same. It's not that complicated. If you understand that you don't want sweetness of life and you don't want any bitterness, you will look for sweetness. You will be curious and you will be courageous. Where is this candy? Where is it? Where is it? But we don't live for the candy. We live for the mind that tells us, but you have to and you should. And because this and this and this person already got it, you will get it too. And that is a big lie. Multimedia lie. That everybody can be a leader, that everybody can be multimillionaire, and all you need to do is this. No, all you need to do is to know your code, your magic code that lets you enter your own potential, your own body, your date of birth. And only then you can understand your mind. Because you will see if you're born on the 1st or 10th or 19th, you have strategic thinking. You do not have compassionate thinking. Like, 9 has compassionate, 2, I think, has compassionate thinking. You're going to talk about thinking process. Mm-hmm. But if you only have strategic thinking, that is the dominant thinking, the rest of it is there, but it's dominated by strategy, then you will not be compassionate. You will be moving toward that goal and moving your whole team toward it. And if somebody is not going there, you'll have no compassion for them. But if they're okay with your goal, if they support your goal, if they're on your team and they're going where you told them to go, you'll be very happy with them. They will be mine. These are my people. I support them. I give them all the statuses and all the benefits and all of that. And nothing could be changed about it. You could be aware of it. That's why sharing with you the information about these 9 numbers, 9 archetypes, that can move you from being absolutely unaware why things are happening to me, why life is so unfair, or why all of a sudden I have money and why all of a sudden I don't have any. You will understand why, because your thinking or vector of thinking, which is the focus, depends on that. Your focus is available to you to manage. You cannot manage the mind. It does its own thing. There is conscious, subconscious, underconscious, superconscious, but you can manage your focus. That is something you can write down and pay attention and insert in your planner, because your planner also depends on your date of birth. You have your year, your month, your day, and that energy that is available to you today could support this part that you are best at. So please share the type of thinking, because you're good at it. I always forget. I need a list. Who's who?
Yeah, guys. Yeah, it's so remember, yeah, to understand is earlier it's possible what kind of type of thinking you have and what the best realization could be for in your case. Yeah. And of course, like we have 9 different groups. We have only 9 energies, and it's very simple to understand. For those who was born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th, you guys have a strategic type of thinking. And Svetlana just described it. Yeah. What does it mean? I can see the goal and I have a strategy inside of me and I can go. I don't care who is with me, I'm going there. This is very powerful type of thinking. And of course, knowing this, you really need to work on it. And of course, if you have kids, really has kid kind of type of thinking, you can help them to unlock their potential. Because when we cannot use our own type of thinking, we really depends on other type of thinking. Can really can tell us what I really need to do in my life. And of course, pay attention right now, this kind of calculations. You have to take your day of birth, not full date of birth, but only the day. And we really bring to the single digits all the time. For those who was born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th, this is empathic type of thinking. You really want to understand everything. And of course, like if you have this kind of kids or like your husband or wife, you really need to understand. They can ask a lot of questions. And most of the time, we don't like them in society because why you don't understand? It's so clear. Yes, they really want to understand things in details. That's why they really can go deeper in details, asking more questions. For those who was born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th, this analytical type of thinking. They really can analyze and they analyze 24 hours. They think, and of course, um, thinking is not acting. And the most common question, Vasili, where's my money? I cannot achieve my success. I cannot achieve my goals. And when I have this kind of date of birth, I can show exactly in couple seconds, this is your result. This is your cause why you really think so long and don't take any actions. This is type of thinking. I really want to think and find what's going to be the most profitable way to get there. Who was born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, 31st. This is like creative type of thinking. Everywhere where they go, they can see something unperfect. My wife, she was born on 4th. It's just incredible. Everywhere she can see something. Wow, we really need to improve this. We really need to improve this. Vasily, we have to improve you because I can see something is missing. Yeah, it works like this. A very interesting type of thinking. You cannot be in the system. They really think about out of the box, and they can bring something revolutionary in our like life. For those who are born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, this kind of logical type of thinking. Everything should be logical in my life. If there is no logic, oh, I have something like something missing. And that's why, guys, if you're not logical in your like way you present your thing, I really cannot understand. And every time when I work with any kind of type of business people or experts, I ask date of birth, and I always tell them in advance, guys, I'm not strategical. Just listen to me, and we have our recordings. You can re-listen it one more time, and you're gonna find out everything what you really need. Because in my voice, in my energy, you have this kind of transformation. For those who was born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th, these guys they were born with kind of creative type of thinking. They really want and can create things from the scratch. But when they don't know it, they don't use it. And there is no structure in their type of thinking. And that's why for them it's difficult to sit, for example, at school. When we work with the parents and we describe this type of thinking for their kids, for them it's like, wow, is it true? Yes, is it true? They can not sit like 9, 10 hours per day because their type of thinking is not like really systematical type of thinking. For those who was born on the 7th, 25th, or 16th, yeah, our group, Svetlana, we have intuitive type of thinking. We have this kind of signals, intuition, and we really go through life very fast because we are fast implementers. We really want to do things really fast and just give us recognition because we are the best of the best. This is type of thinking that can really be helpful in any kind of businesses because you really need to implement, guys. Number 7 group can do it the best of the best. For those who was born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th, yeah, you have a practical type of thinking. You really need to try in order to understand and in order to repeat it and to show us. And that's why your kids can start like breaking stuff, putting together, and really, I need to understand. I really need to live through the kind of process because I cannot understand theoretical stuff. And for those who was born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th, you have guys tactical type of thinking. I really need and I can see the whole structure, how we can achieve our goals step by step. And number nine group, this is like the most team players. I really like this type of group. My son, he was born on the 18th, and right now he works in a big company, international company, and his manager, number nine. The manager of the manager, number nine, like three nines in a group, it's just incredible result. They can push because the energy of pushing results. And really, we need to understand because this kind of column shows us where we can be realized as a person because we really need to understand from the beginning because in reality by statistics we lose like a lot of years, a lot of energy going to the universities 4 or 5 years, going to at work 10 15 years, and after like 20 years we just realize like, oh, I really didn't like it, but wow, if I had the chance I would do this kind of thing. We have information right now that can really show us where the best realization could be in your life, in your kid's life. And next step here, next column, this is our competences. Yeah, we can see here, Svetlana.
Right. And before even going to the competencies, I always bring it back to the body because that person, that passenger in the carriage is the combination of your body reactions and your emotions, and all of it is the result of what you're doing in life. Whether you do it in your family, because the family is just as big of a business than any other business, or you do it in a business. And if you have different people in the family or different people in the business with different type of thinking, trying to find the logic in a conversation is absolutely impossible because everyone is seeing things through the lenses of their mind, through the lenses of how they perceive reality. And strategists perceive through the strategy, and empaths perceive through the feeling. I, for example, is group 7, just like Vasili. Before I see the person, before I understand them, I can go and see the whole universe in which that person lives, just because I could feel through the miles. And when people come to consultation, to personal consultation, I always tell them, I am the type of person that can feel you. But if you have you and your wife, for example, for the relational session, then I can feel your union. And if you come to me with the conflict, this is what I feel. The whole session is going to be about the conflict. But if you want to understand yourself and your way and how to build the relationship and how to invest into this bank of relationship, or if you are coming with your whole team to the session, I will feel the team and I will give you everything about the team. But you are the one who's leading the team. So I need a personal time with every person. That's why I done huge groups, big forums. I've been master in many systems. I had my own system. And then I realized that my best is to implement and realize people's dream through understanding what that person is about. And that could be done only in this personal session. So this is where I experience the most joy because I can feel it's like having a carbon print, imprint of somebody else. So whether it's psychosomatic effects, whether it's a business problem, whether it's relationship issue, whether it's a child issue, this is how my thinking works. And for you to realize what you are about, all you need to know your date of birth and how you think, because the reaction of your body will be on that thought. And if that thought is not satisfied, if it's not brought to action, your body will revolt against you and against your mind. And that's where the red horse runs and the carriage is left behind. So the person inside the carriage is your soul, is how what you desire. It's your dream, and the dream, however big or small, gives you a reaction. A big dream is an expansion, but for some people it's a contraction because it's scary. And we start moving in a way that might not be yours. It might be your mother's or your father's or your teacher or your preacher or your husband or your child. Why? Because we are all different, starting with the gender. If you look into every social media, it will be about hero journey. Let's go get it. Let's go accomplish it. Let's go up the stairs. Let's get the status. Let's kill whatever obstacle is in your way. But if you're a woman businessman, and that's where when we work with Vasili together, we present different views, because the women journey, the heroine journey is different. And when you are empath, for example, or if you're intuitive, for example, what happens from the early childhood, and women have it naturally. This is part of the feminine nature to intuit, because women are bringing children into the world, and they need to know before the child is out what kind of environment is that, and who can I trust, and what's the safety. And when we as children lose the safety, then all this intuition goes to protection. You no longer have a vision of the business. You only see the pitfalls and the problems, which is also a way of thinking and prevent bad things from happening, but it takes a toll on your body. You're always in stress. You're always scared. You're always warning somebody of something. If you are logical thinking, if you are born in a group 5, for example, you need to talk. You cannot express logic without talking or writing or creating a table or seeing point A, point B, how logistics of moving from one place to another. Tracking company, for example. If you work in a tracking company and you're 5, you can see those logistics, where the trucks needs to go, what kind of loads they need to take. And if you don't have it, if you don't have that thinking, if you're creative thinking, you will start creating things which might not be necessary in a tracking company and would be much better in a theater somewhere. Actually, creativity is great everywhere. But to apply that creativity through understanding what is your priority, through that thinking and who you are. If you are going as a feminine passenger persona, and you are using masculine hero way, you will absolutely mess up your hormonal structure. And hormones are the messengers from your thinking to your action, to your body. And the other way around, if you are moving in a heroine style, softness, water-like, a lot of creativity, not enough structure, not enough willpower, not enough spirit, and you're a man, your hormones also are going to suffer, not enough testosterone. You will come home and you will not have a family structure as well, because you are losing it, choosing somebody else's journey. And that's where we are in this day and age. The gender agenda is big. Everybody is equal. We're not equal. We are equal in opportunities, in potential. We can learn. Everybody can learn whatever they want. You can go any place you want. You can say whatever you want. You can create whatever you want. But you create as you. And understanding that persona is important. And that's where that first number in your date of birth, which group you are, that would actually creates your way of realization of your dreams. It's not just personal realization. Realization is always about how can I find that candy. The truth of the matter is we don't want anything sour or bitter. We want the candy. But life gives us sour and bitter, so we can expand our palette of tastes. So we can know the tastes of life and know how to deal with that and how to transform it into action. Because it's one thing to do it here, like Vasili was describing, and it's different thing to go through this, take the courage, take your curiosity, take this love for what you like, and experience the joy from doing things that you were thinking about in real life, in super objective reality, in the objective reality, seeing the result of your thinking in your action. And that's where we are either losing the energy or gaining the energy. So let's look into, before we go to competency, how to create the action. Let's look what is happening when we're not acting. Because the bad action is better sometimes than just sitting in your head, because it releases the energy.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about like
Yeah.
how
Yeah. What should we do? I should do this. You don't know what you should do or shouldn't do. But there is a table. You can look into it and know.
yeah, and of course, guys, when you come to the private sessions, yeah, I always just like tell you that be very careful about where you go to learn new stuff because most of the time when you go somewhere and of course like some coaches trainers they okay, do you want to get results, do as like I did it my way, and of course like we push and push, we'll lose our energy, we'll lose our time, and of course at the end we are not happy, we are not satisfied, and of course like going through the kind of process for a while we lose our interest, and I really don't want to do anything in my life. I'll be as a let's say with ego indifferent, yeah, when I really don't want anything, I don't want to fight with anybody because unlocking your potential is going to be like in two ways, or through the life with some painful stuff, or with the knowledge. And with Svetlana we're sharing some important knowledge, and you really need to understand we have two periods of our life, before 33 and after 33, and the period from 30 to 36, 6 year, the most crucial in our life because we can break, destroy, ruin everything that we have built up to this age. And that's why it's very important because in the practical perspective, I already stopped like calculating how many sessions I did by myself, with my wife, with Svetlana. And this kind of statistics, it's incredible. When we see the person around the age of 33, here we are. Before the 33, hey, I have a full life in front of me. I don't want to change myself. I really want world like change itself in front of me. But this is the biggest illusion where we can break our head 100%. And looking at this part of our poster, you can see exactly how it's related even to our like earnings. How much can you earn in your life when you go through your plus or through your minus, through the way you generate things or you destroy things. There is always plus minus, like something that we can create or we can destroy. We cannot be at one place. It's 100%. And as early you understand where is your best realization, you really can enjoy this kind of the process of going through energy from your body, from your life, and really share this information and energy with the rest of the world. Because the secret of your success, it's really related and connected with your professional realization, how fast, how deeper you can go, and like in details through your this kind of little adjustments in your energies. And if you put together all your date of birth, day, month, and year, and you bring to the single digit, and it gives you number one, this is the mission number one. This is the management. Yeah, we really need to think about after the 33, you really need to work for yourself or really work like as a manager. Because today we're talking about profession as a dream, not as a slavery, I would say. Because most of the time, 80% of the people, we're not happy, we're not satisfied, we're not fulfilled. Why? Because every day we have to wake up early to spend hours like driving our cars and the buses in the metro, going to the place I really don't want to go there because we need money. And that's why there is the choice. Always there is a choice. You raise your energy, you improve your competencies, and really need to understand where the best way to start it. For those who are number two, this is relationships building. Everything related through building a relationship through diplomacy. You really need to think in advance. Otherwise, your potential is up to 20%. If you're not doing that related with your realization in this particular field, your earnings could be not higher than 20%. On the number three group, it's systematization and operational stuff. The people, like, it's incredible. This number three group, they really live in reality. For them, this is the toughest thing to get relaxed something because they can think like 24 hours, and they cannot see something like as an illusion. And that's why they're very powerful in this kind of field where you can analyze things and go through systematization. For the group number four, it's defining and setting goals. I am in group four. This is marketing stuff, something related with studying, organizing things. And that's why I have, like, I would say almost dozens of products in Russian, in English. And I still remember in my 33 age, and today actually I found um, the package of my paper from the earliest like 30s, and it's just incredible. I went through all these kind of papers, and I showed to my wife, look at this, look at this. It was there, but I didn't know that time. And that's why I started, and I like put it away because I couldn't get any result for this. But right now, going back to this kind of notes, I can really refresh my knowledge right now. And number group four, this is a great like great opportunity for group number four. Number five, identifying the benefits of the product and scaling it. But if you're not going through communication, guys, your potential for earnings starts with the -1%. It's even less than zero because you really want to fight to show your logical way. Number six group, creating comfort and creativity in all areas of activity that can give you 100% because the energy number six, very interesting energy. When you understand, when you don't understand, you will be fighting for your comfort and you will lose like your potential earnings. For number seven group, fast and perfect introduction of ideas, implementations. But you guys, if you start fighting with this world, your earnings could be -200%. You can earn plus 200, but most of the time you go through this kind of roller coaster. And right now, I have a potential client, and he's been thinking for second month already. Should I start or not? Should I start to or not? Working through the coaching stuff because we have a coaching program as well. Not only sessions like 2 hour session. No, we have 9 weeks program every day close to you. Really can help you how to go through the energy of the day, month, and year. And this potential client, let's say, as a like as we share here our information with energy number seven, he's been thinking for a while, but I can see there is no results. And he's been waiting for the great time in order to really to choose the right opportunity. And right now he has like four opportunities. He cannot choose the right one. This is the time of losing energy and also as the next step, the health. There's no there's no way, guys. When you lose your energy, it's the question of the timing. When you start losing your health, your money, and everything that's related to you. For a group number eight, very important control of production processes and resources. They really want to control everything and they can to control. And with my client from Germany, we've been working for a while already, and we work with her team because this is a business owner and she has 38 people under her. And we found the right way, the right one, 1 8, yeah, if we're using the Syucai terminology, 1 8. And she's been doing this for second month already. And the owner, she's just incredibly happy because the energy of controlling stuff, she can see everything in 360-degree around her, even without asking questions. She can feel if there's like something good or not really not. I really need to check it. And for group number nine, This is the generation of ideas for mutual benefit. And Svetlana, you're group number 9. Can you describe anything about it?
That's an incredible energy because ideas come a dozen a second. And a person cannot implement that many ideas per second, per minute, per day, per month. And when I look back into my creations, I've been doing everything. I've been a teacher. I had my own school. I was a healer. I was a director of the Healing Institute, Rebecca of Healing Institute in the US. Then I was traveling to teach in different countries. Then I became a Zumba teacher, a Nia teacher. Then I was, of course, Future of Coaching conference brought me into the future. I became a coach. Then I've studied psychology. Then I've studied mental disorders because I realized that the mind, the red horse, takes people strange places. So I've become an archetypal psychologist because I understand that we live through the archetypes that are driving us in different directions, and the person inside has the base archetype, which is their plus, but we have other archetypes that we pick up from other people. We have conscious and unconscious archetypes, so archetypal psychology. Syucai, of course, Syucai master with 3 diplomas and the coaching practice and all of that. And I'm an artist. All of a sudden, I decided to paint. I have many paintings done, many sold. I wrote books. I wrote children's stories, books for adults. I led classes in painting. I led classes in writing. If you ask what I didn't, I climbed with my husband. He's a climber, so I picked up that. Remember, I said I'm an intuitive empath. So
Yeah.
I went to Mount Everest with the client of mine, the mental issue client, and a spiritual journey. I brought her to the base camp, which is 5,500 meters. It's impossible to eat or sleep at that height unless you're trained, but I've been there. My journey took a month. And that was a big challenge. So if you ask where I haven't been and what I haven't done, it would be much harder for me to tell you, because 9 is generating ideas, and if you have enough energy, which I do, you continue going, you continue moving. Now I'm a tango teacher, I'm a tango dancer, I'm traveling every month, every 2 months, I'm in some other country. So that's another thing. It's just unbelievable what 9 can do. I was also an amateur theater in the theater for 6 or 7 years before I got my first child. That's where we've met with my husband, and a year later we had produced a child and all of that. So it's incredible, but the mutual benefit is the second part of it. Because archetypally, I'm always creating partnerships. There is no way I'm doing anything alone, because there is no enough oomph to do it alone, because gazillions of ideas. And so I'm always with the partners. And when my partners are slowing down, because I'm very fast and my mind is crazy and it runs forward toward the vision, I go crazy with my partner. Like, why we're not moving? What is going on? Because being so fast, 9 is extremely fast and very aggressive when they're slowed down. If you're slowing me down, I'm gonna move over you and forward. But at the same time, our actions are also always about safety. We really care about how to deliver things that are safe for everybody, how to prevent bad things from happening, and how to implement the ideas methodologically, because I'm also group 7 in my day of birth. So the realization will be a mutually beneficial result, not just for me. If it would be just for me, I need nothing and I have everything, like for real. What I have, I'm very happy with. I'm extremely satisfied. I don't need more, because I only have one body, one mouth, 2 ears. That's it. This is how much I can take. But when it gets to somebody I'm working with, how many people became millionaires because they came into my space, and this is the field that I'm sharing, not because I'm doing anything special. It's because I am group 7, and group 7 is the channel of the cosmic energy. You come to my, same thing with Vasili, you come to my space, you have no choice but expand and learn the laws of the universe and come into flow. And when you're in the flow, you're in the flow. So The reason we wanted to share this poster with you, and it's just 1/3 of the poster, we'll talk more about it. But we wanted you to see that behind the numbers are the big ideas. You feel as a slave, you feel tired, you feel exhausted, you feel the meaning is lost when you are not on your path. And why you're not in your path? Because your mother knows better, your father knows better, your teacher, your preacher, your husbands, your children, your grandparents, everybody knows for you, but they know they don't know what you know. They only know what they know through their thinking. And their horse, high horse, they jump on their high horse and they show you the way. But you are the one who needs to find that way, and that way could be found only when you're silent. Not you're silent, you can talk. But in here, you silence everybody who's talking. Look who's talking. There was a wonderful movie for parents. Look, see this movie. Look who's talking. Look who's talking in your head. Look what are the repetitive thoughts that cannot be brought to action. Because we just showed you the actions, and for every number, there is a competency. That competency is written in your date of birth. You have 1, you know how to think strategically, know how to manage. You have 2, you know how to understand people and how to create peace. You have number 3, you know how to analyze. If you don't have this number, you don't know. If you have the whole 3 of them, you're a healer, because you can analyze, you can understand, and then you can strategically move from place A to place B. If you have 4, you know how to innovate, you know how to put a goal in front of you, how to choose a priority. If you have 5, you understand the logic, you know how to talk. If you have 6, you know how to love people, how to make them comfortable. If you have all 4 of them, you can teach people how to talk about their feelings. You can teach people how to do make people comfortable through talking, through giving them a comfortable product, through teaching them how to use it. If you have 7, you have energy, you have charisma. Look at us. You can generate methodology for pretty much any process. If you have 8, you can find the practical way to implement all of this methodology and be consistent. If you have 9, you generate ideas all the time. And if you have all 3 of them, you know stuff, you do stuff, and you do them safely. So all 9 numbers give you the great foundation of life. And if you have missing numbers, you can learn, you can get it through the knowledge, or you can hire people for your team, or you can expand your thinking. But you can never be, if you're a leader, you can never be better than your people. If you're better than your people, you always work and they always rest. You need to be better in leading. And if you are not a leader, hire one. Have the manager. Don't do things you're not destined to do, because that's where you become a slave. That's when your mind is racing forward towards somebody else's vision, and your body is struggling and exhausted, and your soul is crying every day and complaining, and you feel like a sacrifice. Do not sacrifice yourself. And every time when you feel that you're sacrificing anything in your life, ask that question: what I'm selling myself for? How much that price is for my life? No, my life costs so much more. And also see, what are you doing just because you want somebody to say, good job, good girl, hey, you've done what I asked you, and therefore I love you now. What? Because we sell ourselves for love as well. And where are you giving and giving and giving something that you don't have? Because you do need to have a competency to share the competence. So today we talk about how we are all different, and we become different people at 33. We have this kind of energy with this idea. Then 33 comes, we're somebody else with this kind of idea. We have doing these things for 100% of the energy, and 33 comes, we're doing this for 30% of the energy. 30%. And that is so hard because the conflict is there. It's very rarely that you have both numbers the same. And therefore, you are in charge of you. And the only choice you make is to be fulfilled and happy in what I'm doing, because you only live once in this body, in this number, in this mission. And if you live once, don't waste it, and don't sell it, and don't lose it, and don't be a slave to something that's not yours. Find that who you are and just love and comfort. That for me, number 6 is the way to kingdom. You want to be a king or a queen, you need to take yourself and make yourself happy and loved by you. At least one person loves you forever and cares for you for real. And that's where the journey begins, and that's where it ends.
100%. And ask questions, guys. Ask questions, and we'll give you answer 100%. 100% for you, based on your date of birth.
Right. Very good.
Ciao.
Till next time, we wish you
See you
a
next
very
time.
happy life with all your potentials and all your dreams intact.
Ciao.